Yo, what's good, y'all? So VV's coming out tomorrow on Friday, and in this video I'm gonna break down everything you need to know that's like really important and what you should know before you even make your build inside the game. I made a lot of mistakes throughout my progression, and hopefully you can capitalize on that and not do the same mistakes I did. So let's begin. Let's start off with attributes. Attributes are very important. These are like your build points. They are going to affect your build quite a bit. In total, you have 400 attribute points. You can invest these into reserves, haste, potency, metal, and shunpo. Reserves will increase the amount of Ryatsu you have. Haste will decrease your skill cooldowns. Potency will increase your damage a little bit and also your posture a little bit. Metal will increase your posture mainly. And shunpo will increase your stamina and speed a good bit. In total, you have 400 points to invest at max level. So choose wisely what you pick. On my build personally, I'm going reserves and shunpo because I'm running a Hakuda speed build. But choose whatever you think would be the best match for your build. Now for skill trees. This is where it gets a little bit confusing. So there are 4 main skill trees. These being Hakuda, strength, speed, and Kido, or racial abilities. In these skill trees, there is hybrids and divergences. For example, Hakuda has strength Hakuda, speed Hakuda, Kido Hakuda, and also just plain Hakuda. Strength has speed strength, Kido strength, and plain strength. But within plain strength, there are divergences. At the end of these skill trees, you have like an ultimate move. But for some of them, you can kind of like choose with which path you want to take. As for Kido is just by itself since it has hybrids already for every single other thing. So you can just go full Kido tree. I think that hybrid builds are probably gonna be the most viable. I'm thinking of swapping from plain speed Hakuda to speed Hakuda and a little bit of strength Hakuda. But whatever, that's just my build choices. There's a thing called VV Builder online. It could be a virus, I don't know. So if you use it at your own risk. The devs put an announcement that it's not affiliated to VV. It's what I used to use to kind of like, I don't know, get an idea of what my build wanted to be. So I'm warning you now, if you use it and you get a virus, it's not my fault. So be careful. Now let's move on to charms. So charms are really important. You have a limited amount of charm slots. So pick your charms wisely. When you start off, I'm pretty sure you can unlock like a charm that boosts your XP or something, or your healing by a little bit. What I would suggest is saving up your money and buying a charm from the trading port. Once you get there, you'll know what I mean. But overall, charms will change your build a lot. Like there's charms that give you heavenly restriction. There's a charm that levels up your moves a ton if you're pre-level 6. There's just like an insane amount of charms. And it's for you to decide what matches your build the best. For example, I have a bunch of gear and stuff that debuffs my HP, so I take more damage, but my outgoing damage, my M1 damage, is increased. And to counter this, I have a charm that gives me a kind of like a bunch of rocks that float around me. I get a 17%, I think, damage reduction from outgoing, so I take a good amount of damage less from enemies for I think about like 20 seconds, and then it goes on cooldown for like 40 seconds or something. But it's overall pretty solid. And so you can find these really like weird niche interactions between different charms. For example, I seen this guy run 2 charms that kind of like gave him like vampirism, I guess. One gave you boosted healing, like I think like a 30% healing boost, and he fused it, which is something you can do I think in the Soul Society. And he fused it with another charm that made it so you get lifesteal off of your M1s as long as you have full Ryatsu. So I think that would pair really well together. You're getting life drain off of him, and you're getting a 30% healing boost as well. So that for example is a pretty good combo. Something really important you should know is that you cannot remove charms unless you find a purple portal. So these purple rifts will spawn around the map. I believe after you kill some bosses, there's a chance, or NPCs or fights, they'll just randomly appear. You'll find them. They're not super rare to find, but if you see a purple portal and you jump into it, it'll TP you to this like zone And there'll be 2 charms you can pick up for free, and along with that you can remove any charms you already have. So I just want you to know this: you cannot remove your charms without doing this. So when you choose your charms, just be careful. Just be really careful, okay? Because you're kind of like locked to it almost, unless you find one of these rifts. The last thing I'll talk about is abilities. So each race has 5 or 6 different abilities. These being from like common, rare, legendary, whatever. I spent a couple thousand Robux on my rank card and I only got Shark, but I mean I'll take it, whatever. Different abilities have different variants. For example, Fire on Soul Reaper has an Azure Flame variant that I think does like an extra AoE damage proc and stuff like that. So it's cool that these different abilities have a chance of having different variants. I like that. But here's the bad news. Chances are you're not going to get the legendary Stark Los Lobos or Superstar Legendary or Senbon Sakura. You're probably not going to get it. It's really expensive to roll your abilities. But hopefully they drop codes on release for some rerolls. I don't know, maybe. It is pretty pricey to roll your ability. It's also pricey to reset your build. But I kind of like it because there's not many people, I guess, running around with these legendaries and whatnot. But I think that every single ability is pretty well balanced and they look pretty cool. All of them look nice and they're all pretty decently balanced. So I think the devs did a good job with that. So you could run a common and whatnot and still, I don't know, beat somebody who has a legendary. That's everything I really wanted to say. I guess my final words for this video is just be careful. Be careful when you make your build because it's expensive to change it. So good luck with your prog tomorrow. Pop into the streams, follow on TikTok, and join the Discord server. See ya.